Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Hip hop isn't your favorite genre.
Have you ever stolen anything before?
Hip hop isn't your favorite genre.
How many baby mamas do you have?
That is not who I am.
That is not who I am.
That is not who I am.
I'm tired of hearing black men are lazy.
Disrespectful.
Violence.
Absent.
I think America's got this very interesting history with black men.
America views us one-dimensionally, and for the most part, it's in a negative way.
Comments I hate hearing about black men are, did you grow up in the hood?
You know she only likes you because you're black.
You must play basketball, right? Vacillates between extreme fear and extreme infatuation.
Everyone wants to be black. But on the other hand, when it's time to be black, no one wants to be black because
Black men.
Black men are monkeys.
Problems.
Sons.
but that is not who I am.
To me, being a black man in America means to be afraid.
You have to subject yourself to being less than a human being in order for someone else to feel better about themselves.
Whenever I see a white female on the street, if I'm walking behind her, particularly if it's late at night, I actually go out of my way to not only pass her, but to pass her as wide as I can so that she can see me clearly and so that she can see that I have nothing in my hands. I'm tired of hearing that we make up the hatred and mistreatment that we receive from people in power.
And the fact that if you're 15 years old and black and you're walking down the street with a hoodie on, you could be a target of some kind of a harassment.
I feel like we have targets on our backs.
Black men
Are not just rappers, athletes. We're not all great dancers. Black men are intelligent,
Multifaceted.
individuals, compassionate, a person just like anybody else.
This
This is who I am.
I'm human. I'm a human being. I was raised by a woman. By the way, it's your boy. You already know. Like I always say, thank you for coming because you could have went anywhere else, but you chose to come here. Hang out with your boy Boogotti NYC. Episode 2, Black Men Ain't Shh. Like I was going into, I was trying to explain that black men, let's wait for a minute. See if we get some people to come in the room and hope everything is going well today. I hope everybody's good. I'm hoping that everybody had a good week. It's Saturday. Y'all should be in the crib just hanging out, vibing. Me, I'm over here with my Poland Spring, large glass, champagne water. For some reason, when I was holding this the other day in a video, it just made me feel like I was just like thirsty. Like I watched one of my the first episode of Black Men Ain't Shh, and I basically saw myself holding the holding the glass, and it made me thirsty. I got thirsty behind holding the glass. That was crazy. I guess it's because of the way it's frosted and everything. Like if I was to just like leave it somewhere and you could see that throughout the like entire episode, it would probably make you want to go get a nice cold glass of water. I don't know what it is about water. It just it's our lifeblood. Besides our blood, it's what we need in order to function as human beings. You know, it just hits the spot every time. Cheers. Water. Get some. Get some in your life. I'm here with episode 2 of Black Men Ain't Shh, and I just wanted to run it past you guys. Episode 2, we're talking about the prison system. You know how black men ain't shh. You know, the upbringing. We talked about that the last episode, how the upbringing of a child without the father and the mother structure could be very rough on a child, on the family structure. And if you have a child out of wedlock and now you already have this responsibility as a mother, it's really hard because now you're forced to raise this child alone. You know, the male child sometimes forced to grow up fast. Sometimes he resorts to illegal stuff, and, you know, in order to try to find a different way out of the struggle. It's not that many opportunities in the ghettos and like different neighborhoods for like children to do certain things without a certain education. They say that there's a lot of jobs out here, but there's really not. And what do you do before the age that you can go and find a job or do something, you know, positive? If you don't have like a strong family structure, 9 times out of 10, your mom is probably at work, and she probably can't spend too much time with you spending, you know, quality time and trying to train you and take you to do certain things, because her responsibility now is overall taking care of the household. So now the child is alone in the crib and he's doing whatever he wants to do, or just basically unattended, you know? If it's a female child, the sad part about it, sometimes they're easily seduced and easily manipulated. And when it's from an older man, they kind of look at it as if they're getting, you know, that fatherly responsibility from that man. I want to try to go into the family structure as well as not just the point about black men ain't shh. Trying to give you the upgrowing of it and like the origin from a male as well as a female perspective. And I want to be totally fair on it. And I also want to try to go from the birth of a child, and then I brought in a little bit of the female child as well. Like just now when I said she's easily, you know, seduced, you know, as she has no father and no direction. And a lot of times when men come around, you know, she looks up to them, and if they're showing a caring manner and a protective manner and things like that, instinctively a woman is going to want that. That's instinctively within our instincts. As a child, even when someone protects you, you look up to them. And if you haven't been raised with your father, a lot of times, if you're a female, when you find a man, you kind of like look for that protection and that love. A lot of times people look at it as like promiscuity, calling a person a hoe or something like that, when 9 times out of 10 it's not that. You know, if a man has a lot of sex with a woman, that doesn't make him a hoe. That just makes him some sort of a player or something like that, and that's not true. So you should look at it on both angles, and that's why I just wanted to bring that point up. Not only that, but when you're a young child, you know, children are not easily, they're not as nice as older people. At least an older person would hide their manipulation or hide the fact that they don't like you. When you're in school, kids don't like that. They don't do that. You know, at the end of the day, if you have on some toe-up sneakers and you don't have a good outfit on, they're going to laugh at you and make jokes about that. And the older you get, the better you're going to want to look because you're around older people and older kids. So a lot of kids sometimes resort to doing a lot of other things in order to pay for their own clothing if their mom can't afford it. And some of the stuff that their mom can't afford, they don't want to wear because of the simple fact that it's not something that's fashionable or in the price range of what everybody else is wearing. So it's a lot of influence out there where it's like peer pressure and a lot of different things that people have to deal with, jokes, and you know, you want to be with people as far as like, you know, there's categories when you're in school. There's the hires, there's the fashionable, there's the popular kids, there's the nerds, there's the bums. You know, nobody wants to be a bum. So a lot of times, if you're at a certain stage where you can recognize that you can't get money legally, a lot of times a teen will resort to doing something illegal. Hustling leads to jail, man. And the system, you know, when you're caught up in the system, it's a whole nother ball of wax. It's actually designed for black men's failure. Lawyers, you know, if you can't find a lawyer to defend yourself, it's a wrap. And it's stressful for you and your family, you know? Family suffering even worse than you are. And then once you come out, you can't find a job because you did time and you got a felony or something like that. But they take us through this cycle and they make it like black men ain't there's certain things that we don't do. We're not responsible enough. We can't take care of this. We can't do that. It's not the truth. The truth is it's kind of designed against us from the gate. And if we have no guidance and sound foundation to build on in the beginning, like, some startup, even a company needs startup. And when a company doesn't have the right type of startup or the right type of structure, even companies fail in the first 5 years. So what is a baby supposed to do with no guidance or no proper startup? A lot of times we fail as human beings. That doesn't mean that we're not S because we're black men or whatever. It just means that we fail because we didn't have the proper support and the right channels to go through to nurture us and to get us where we need to be. We're human beings. It needs to stop this act like we're all computers and we live on this robotic manner where, we all have to live a certain way. That's why a lot of people look at us and try to say that we ain't S. We already, black, we dark skinned. I got to use extra lights and cameras on my face in order to get me seen. I think I got good skin, but I just happen to be dark skinned. Brown skin or whatever you want to call me. But at the end of the day, a lot of people get intimidated by this black man. They say I look mean. That's why I started smiling a lot more now and just trying to hang out and not be all stressed out because of the simple fact that you only get one life. So don't be stressed out or let anybody affect your life in a negative manner. Even if they say you ain't brother, we know that we better than what they're trying to call us. Real talk. But yeah, it's like you do time, you try to come out, you get a job, now you can't because you got a criminal record. Jobs that you can get probably minimum wage. You resort to hustling again. At the end of the day, you're going to resort to hustling, right? Because that's all you know. If you do get a job, luckily, child support going to step in because, you probably broke up with your lady by now because y'all was going through so much. Pay that child support. If not, it's going to get locked. It's going to get loaded up and you're going to get locked up. They want 1% of your full income out here, your full income, and they will arrest you if you don't pay. A lot of times when you have a relationship with a woman, if things fall out, if there's a child involved, let's say, for instance, if you guys just had sex and, it just happened, how we always say, or you just infatuated, you got drunk or whatever, you guys agreed to have sex. But next thing you know, she's pregnant. You guys never even knew who you really were before you even decided to engage in a sexual encounter. So what if you're not compatible? You already decided to have sex and now you got this baby on the way. So everything else, how could you even think that any of that is going to actually be able to work? How is it going to be formidable? How would it have any sort of foundation if you guys never built the foundation before you got to the level of sex to even responsible at this point? A lot of times you get in a relationship with somebody, you break up, they're pregnant, go through the pregnancy and you're fighting or whatever. Now you got the baby shower and everything, but you guys are not together and family's looking at her, looking at you, and it's like you ain't S because you're not with her no more. But you guys were not compatible in the first place, but now you got this baby to deal with or whatever the case may be. But I got to be honest with you, and on a whole nother flip note side of this, I have met a lot of guys, a lot of black men that ain't. Guys that actually came up to me and said stuff like, in order for me to get a woman, I got to break a woman. And me, I'm over here all innocent and kind-hearted and loving the way my mom raised me to be. And I'm looking at them like, are you crazy? I wouldn't want nobody to do that to my mama. And I remember how stressful she used to be when she used to deal with bad situations and relationships. How she would cry and go through all of her anxieties and things like that. Because she did deal with a bad black man. They didn't respect her for who she was. And I mean, my mother cleaned up and took care of the house and did what she had to do. I'm talking about my stepfather. You know? There are bad black men out here. There are bad white men out here. There are bad Hispanic men out here. But there are good men as well. But the majority rules, and what's being said and promoted by even our own black sisters right now is the notion is black men ain't shh. Because of the simple fact that you probably got in a relationship or you met the guy and something just didn't work out. Now, black rapists, black thieves, black con men, they ain't S because of that stuff. But as far as anything when it comes down to relationships and things like that, I don't think that that should be the norm right now, what everyone should be campaigning on. Because the powers that be are using that to break our family structure and to break up the home so that you can be weak, sister, just like they're making us. What do you think they're going to do to you once you don't have us to protect you no more? And this is the truth. And the only reason I'm saying it is because I got love for y'all. I love my black sisters. I'm praying that y'all change. I want y'all to love me. I want you to love me. Please love me. I will love you. I will take care of you. I will build for you. I will die for you if you show that you deserve me. But I'm not going to die for somebody that's trying to get built up off of me and go move off to the next guy. It's just not right. So I pray that you guys really stop and look into this notion of black men ain't shh, and really go into it and understand why it's being campaigned really heavy right now. And again, I implore you and I pray to you and I beg you, understand that you're preparing a terrible foundation for your little boy, your little black man, your son, because you're campaigning something and your child has probably not even got strong enough to walk or to even talk right now. But the sentiment and the entire aura in the world out here is black men ain't. So I'm really sending this out to my sisters because without you, they have no voice. Without you, they fall on dead ears. If you have dealt with a black man that wasn't good and didn't take care of you the right way, I'm sorry for him. I feel terrible. And like that same guy that told me he wants to break a black woman, or certain other guys that get out here and I've heard them say that they beat women up and stuff like that. No, that is not right. They ain't S. Guys that just neglect and don't take care of their family and things like that, you're right. They're not S. But when it comes down to a guy that's trying and deep down in his heart, he's a good dude, don't pool everybody in the same pool that you got these other guys in. It's just not right. It's your boy Boogotti NYC, episode 2, Black Men Ain't Shh. Share and like the video. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram. Hopefully everybody understood and got enough out of this information that I was here to share. And I hope that I've given you enough information and enough about the topic, as well as a sound possible defense to the real men that are S, not the ones that ain't S. Because, all you really got to do is backtrack it, do the rewind. Everybody has their reasoning for things that they say and things that they do. Even if they say it in anger, even if they say it in threat, even if they say it in duress, listen to the words that are being said. And at the end of the day, ask the question. Always ask the question and wonder why, and ask why. Why do you feel this way? What is bringing this out of you? Or listen to what they say and then like leave an objective perspective on why they're saying something. Don't just always jump in and, you know, champion someone's words just because you love them or you feel bad for them or because you don't like the person that they're talking about. Because then you're just doing it out of ignorance and you're not really helping anybody out. It's your boy Boogotti NYC. This is Hit 'em Up. Appreciate the fact that you came through, because like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere else, but you decided to come here. And the fact that you did, I show you why I love. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. www.BOOGOTTINYC.com. That's the website. Follow me at BOOGOTTINYC, Instagram, Boogotti NYC at Twitter, Eric Boogotti NYC Crawford on LinkedIn, Gmail, bridge this LLC at gmail.com. Just like I said it, bridge this, like bridge, Brooklyn Bridge, this LLC at gmail.com for features, marketing, business opportunities, links, information, whatever you guys got popping. Let's get it done. It's your boy Boogotti NYC.